On Tuesday night's installment of Coronation Street, Bernie Winter, played by Jane Hazelgrove, decided to spend some quality time with her kids Gemma Winter, Dolly-Rose Campbell, and Paul Foreman, Peter Ash. Getting a slightly run-down caravan, the trio set off out of Weatherfield. However, things slightly took a turn when Bernie managed to get them lost in the dark, with no phone signal to try and get directions. To make matters worse, their car got stuck in the mud, making them completely stranded. In one scene, Paul was seen in his wheelchair outside of the vehicle as they all assessed their situation. However, ITV viewers all left wondering how Paul wasn't getting stuck in the mud himself and how he was able to get in and out of the caravan with no ramp in sight. Taking to Twitter, @SwedishRailist commented, "How the heck did they fit Paul's wheelchair through that little door on the camper van?" @SBrown Stortford added, "How in the name of disability is Paul getting in and out of that crap wagon?" @Dancing50216871 shared, "So at ITV Corrie, if the camper van is stuck in the middle, then how come Paul's wheelchair isn't stuck as well?" @LeoDaxi tweeted, "Shouldn't Paul be inside the van before he gets stuck in the mud?" @Alex Davenport 4 said, "I'm sorry, but how the hell did they get Paul into that vehicle?" @Liz Osbourne's reeled, "There were so many disability access issues with Paul, wheelchair user, in a camper van on #Corrie. It for me totally undercut the drama of the whole MND storyline. It's beyond frustrating disabled people aren't consulted about these things." Elsewhere in the episode, Billy Mayhew, Daniel Brocklebank, was stricken with worry when he was unable to get a hold of Paul. Unable to find the drugs in the house that Paul is planning on using to end his life in the near future, Billy quickly assumes the worst. After calling all evening, he finally manages to get through as he begs his husband not to take the drugs. However, he's unaware that it was Gemma who answered the phone, as both she and Bernie managed to catch a few words he was saying due to the dodgy signal. Back in the caravan, they demanded answers from Paul on what Billy was talking about, resulting in him revealing his plan to end his life when the time comes. At first, both women were furious with him and weren't on board with his decision, with Gemma begging Paul to promise he wouldn't do it. Later on in emotional scenes, Bernie and Gemma were outside looking at the stars and spoke about what they'd just learned. Although they both were clearly unhappy with Paul's plan, they decided to be there for him no matter what. As his MND progresses, Paul makes the decision to get a bottle of pills for when he's ready to end his own life. It's not yet known when his final scenes will be, although it's expected to be before the end of the year. Coronation Street continues Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays on ITV from 8 p.m.